Hello and welcome to Hank Games. It's the EuroLeague competition. It's the Swindon Town Swoodly Poopers versus some team from Italy that we're going to beat the crap out of. He said boldly. No ball John Green in the game today, and no voluptuous Pericard because both are seriously injured. However, we do have other John Green, and also up front, Stone Cold Steve with a C Austin. He used to be Jay Bennett, but now he's Jay Green because he got married to his teammate, Ball John Green. I'm going to tell you today about the history of Brotherhood 2.0, how I came up with the idea, how I approached Tank about it, and how it has changed our relationship. And I also want to tell you that up in the midfield today we have French the A Lana and also Leroy Williamson along with Fat Lucas in goal and some other folks as well. So in 2006, YouTube was a very different place than it is now. It was a much less crowded space in terms of people who were making videos that were fun to watch and of high enough quality that you could tell, like it wasn't so pixelated that you could tell what was like a person and what was like a lamp. Fat Lucas, you may be necessary. No need, Fat Lucas, no need for you. So I started watching YouTube in 2006, and I was watching a show, the first show that I got really into. I mean, I watched Brookers and The Hill 88 and a bunch of people, but the first show I got really into was Lonely Girl 15, which was this, it appeared to be a video blog made by a girl named Bree who lived in the United States, but there was a lot of weird stuff going on, and the weirdest thing was that there was this guy who is a famous occultist who was, for some reason, in a place of honor in her room. And in these otherwise normal video blogs, there were seeming references to some upcoming occult ceremony. For a long time, people did not know whether Lonely Girl 15 was a production or whether it was whether it was a real girl who was just homeschooled and led a very lonely and isolated life. What we eventually discovered, and I say we because I was part of the community of people who discovered this, was that it was a production, and that it was all not fake, but that it was all scripted and staged, and that it was a fiction. I found that really interesting. I found it really interesting that there could be this space that you could make something that was both real and not in interesting ways. That appealed to me as a novelist. Like, it's a lot of what I was trying to do in my novels, and it appealed to me as someone who's always liked what back then were called ARGs, alternate reality games. So it was really, that was not a good shot. It was really exciting to me, and I was some of the earliest nerd fighters were also part of that community, like my secret brother Tom, who is Namelhots on YouTube. If you know my secret brother Tom, he was part of the Lonely Girl 15 community, as was a nerd fighter named Milo Went, and there were lots. So that was the first thing that was happening. The second thing that was happening was this guy, Zay Frank, was making video blogs, and he was calling in a project that he called The Show. It was a daily show that he made where he would make these 3-minute videos that were about the news usually, but they were extremely funny, and they were also just outlandishly smart. I mean, Zay Frank happens to be one of the just the smartest people in the world, and it's a real blessing when you happen to have like one of the smartest people ever kind of start your genre, which is what we had in the world of online video because we had Zay Frank. So Zay is just this. If you don't know the show, by the way, you should go watch a couple episodes. You can find them at zayfrank.com, and when you watch them, you will immediately notice that they look and sound a lot like Vlogbrothers videos because we stole a lot of things from Zay Frank. When I first met Zay Frank in real life, which was at VidCon last year, I was really nervous that he was going to be like, hey, I can't help but notice that you are a thief. But he wasn't like that at all. He was really cool. He was like, hey, I can't help but notice that you're a thief. But he was really friendly about it. No, he wasn't. Hank said something to him about the similarities between his community was called the Sports Racers. Our community is called the Nerd Fighters. There are a lot of similarities, and Hank was pointing out all the similarities, and then Zay Frank, after a moment, said, "Yeah, I don't see it." So he was really classy about it. He's a class act, man, and just a brilliant guy. So I was a huge fan of Zay Frank and what he was doing with his audience, because it wasn't just about the news. It wasn't just about having an audience watch something. It was about having an audience become part of something. So he would do these projects. Like, for instance, he did a project where a bunch of people dressed their vacuum cleaners up like people. And I thought that was a pretty awesome project. And then he would do, is that the end of the first half already? The Swindon Town Swoodly Poopers are having a disappointing first half here against Sampdoria, whatever they're called. It's 0-0. We need to get the win. We really want to get it out of the group stage of the EuroLeague because it would mean a lot of money, which we desperately need if we are going to achieve the miracle of Swindon Town, i.e. getting to the Premier League. So I would really like, I would really like to win this game. So anyway, amid all of that, Hank and I started talking about that stuff. I don't know if you have adult brothers, but if you do have an adult brother, you might notice that it's kind of hard to talk to your adult brothers about stuff. Like, you don't just call each other to talk about what you had for dinner. At least Hank and I never did. Really what we talked about was having was stuff that we were both interested in, shared experiences. And when we both became sport racers, and we both started to identify ourselves also as Lonely Girl 15 fans, that gave us a new thing to talk about. So we were talking about online video quite a lot. Get a red card. That's the wrong color. We were talking about online video a lot, and we were getting really interested in it, but we were only interested in it as watchers. Like, it's important to note that I never owned a video camera in my life until December 24th, 2006. So, we needed a score there. Other John Green, you're better than that. Ball John Green finishes that 10 times out of 10. That's a disappointment. Probably should have taken the shot a little earlier. Anyway, I'd never owned a video camera or anything. I just really liked YouTube. I really liked, sorry, I spent all my time talking to a baby. I really liked what Zay was doing. I really liked some of the other stuff I was starting to see on YouTube, and that's what really made me want to make videos. It wasn't some love of visual media, which frankly I've never had. Come on, that's not a foul. It wasn't anything like that. It was an interest in communication. And so Hank and I were talking on IM one day, and we were talking about how all we ever did was IM. He's offsides! No, he was offsides! He was definitely, Pizzini! Shut up. Oh, I hate the way you celebrate, Pizzini. You're an embarrassment to your people, and you just got humped by Cassano. Oh, I hate this game. That's frustrating. Man, Swoodly Poopers, just been struggling. Struggling in Europe. There's no other way you can say it. Oh, just getting dispossessed, unnecessary slide tackle out of frustration. That's typical. This is what we were seeing early on in the miracle of Swindon Town. This is not what you're going to see. This is not how you win a game, guys. Come on, we're better than this. So anyway, eventually we started talking about how all we ever did was talk on IM, and how instead we should be talking to each other in other media. And then we got this idea. I think I initially had the idea, not to brag, but I did. That, oh, come on, is everything a foul? Is touching a foul? Is touching the ball a foul? Is dribbling a foul? Sorry, I'm upset with the referee. But we only have 20 minutes left to salvage a draw out of this, and just really disappointed with the play of the boys. And, the team, look, it's a fact that the team is not the same without Ball John Green. It's a fact. There's nothing that any of us can do about it. It's a frustrating fact. Okay. All right, other John Green. This is you. It's all you, baby. No! How do you miss the goal, you fool? I hate your haircut. You need to go home, get a haircut, and talk to your husband about how to play soccer. Sorry, I don't usually coach the boys like that, but I'm real frustrated with their play right now. He showed great strength to get to the goal, and then he failed. So we really didn't decide to do Brotherhood 2.0 until, I think we decided we were going to be pretty committed to it on about December 23rd, 2006. And I asked Hank what kind of video camera I should get, because he's always known more about this stuff than I have. And that's great pass there, fatty. I hate you. Sorry, other John Green's had a terrible, terrible day, and I'm frustrated with him. But we have 9 minutes left, and instead of being angry with each other, we need to focus on getting a result. Unnecessary slide tackle. Maybe I should have put Leroy Williamson up front. I don't know if you guys have heard, but he scores occasionally. Um, so, oh, gah. All right. I mean, I am going to go down a skill level if I can't start to get results here. I promise. No! Oh, we beat the keeper, but we didn't get it in the goal. The frustration is overwhelming. That was G. Taylor Fletcher. Oh, man. We need Dirk Cout on this team is what we need. Unnecessary slide tackle. And necessary slide tackle. So we're down to the last couple minutes here. So by the time we decided to do Brotherhood 2.0, we had no time to talk ourselves out of it, which I think was very helpful because if we had had time, we would have talked ourselves out of it because it quickly became clear that it was, come on off the post! Oh, devastation in Swindon Town. I mean, this is just, there's nothing you can say about this result except that the Swoodley Poopers did not play up to the level that we expect. And I'm frustrated, guys. So I'm gonna do my best to become, oh boy. I just want to hurt you. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I had to do it. My heart said that I was angry. See, as a manager, I just acted irrationally. I just did a sweep the legs, Johnny. I just ordered one of my players to be naughty. And I apologize. All right, Fat Lucas. It's all you, baby. That's good job, Fat Lucas. Good job. He scared the guy and kept him from scoring, which is exactly what he wanted to do. So I'd like to congratulate Fat Lucas on some fantastic goalkeeping there. We lose. Oh, head in hands. The embarrassment, the shame. We smell our armpits in shame. Thank you for watching another episode of Hank Games Without Hank. I will endeavor to improve my play so that I do not humiliate my family any further. And let me know what you want me to talk about next time. And as always, best wishes.